Hello and welcome to the Play Property channel. This is going to be an update to my tournament winning Separatist Alliance list. I'm finally got into another tournament with this list, and I did very well again with it. It was a much better turnout this time, which was nicer to see because it was a better test for this list. But I kind of even really surprised myself because I believe we had like 12 people showed up in this one. Like I think it was like pretty much maxed out the place where we're at. Which is like everything games. And my first two matches, even though we had our time limit reduced to an hour each, I still somehow managed in my first two games to totally destroy the opponent. Basically, destroyed every ship they had, tabled them basically. So I ended up like starting off really good, and I was like thinking, whoa, it was just like, wow. I know the second game there. I know the first game actually. Maybe we should kind of go through it because I don't actually have any pictures for this tournament, unfortunately. But the first person I played was Rookie Ace, or this is what people kind of usually call him. But Ray, I usually call him my arch nemesis for X-Wing because I always seem to play him in every single tournament I go into. And he's kind of one of these players that just like first time he ever saw the game, he came in and saw people playing, bought it, went into his first tournament, won it. He's always like saying, "Oh, I'm not playing competitively. I just got this list, just to have a little bit of fun." And he would like win the tournament. He's that kind of person, anyway. So I managed to table him, and of course, he said he wasn't competitive, but his list was actually pretty janky. He was flying rebels. Actually, he started off pretty bad. He got rid of two of my Separatist drones. There, he torched them. He torched two of them like right off the bat. So I was, right off the bat, I was like, oh my god, I'm down two ships already. But I managed to, first ship I got rid of his was the Z95, and then after that I kind of destroyed his little janky list he had, and then from there I managed to finish him off. But it was still a tough match. Second match I got a little bit lucky in the die rolls. The guy, I don't think I've ever seen somebody roll so many focuses ever in my life for both defense and offense. And luckily, especially when I started realizing that the dice was kind of falling that way, I tried to make sure that he wouldn't have any focus tokens, bump him or whatever. And I managed to table him too, but I think I tabled him a little bit more dice luck in that one for me to be able to table him, especially within an hour. The Ray, when I tabled him, it was like right down to the last turn. So again, maybe I'd go over the list. So basically it was three. Maybe I should hit editor. Basically, we got Separatist drone, Darth Maul, General Grievous, and Separatist drone. So basically, that's my list. Again, it was fairly basic. I threw this list on the fly, which is why I was kind of surprised I kind of won. And then I got to my third match. The third match was actually pretty close. Who did I face in the third match? I think it was Michael Carpenter, if I remember right. Michael Carpenter is kind of the best in our league at bumping. So he's really tough to fly against. And one thing about this list, because it's so basic, I don't have a lot of jankiness. It really comes down to flying skill. So I'm kind of like a mid-experienced guy in this game. Like I wouldn't say I've played like a lot of game to be like top tier kind of flyers, but I'm definitely not at the bottom either, right? So like I can tell a difference, sometimes when you're flying against rookies, all this stuff, they make the rookie mistakes, they hit asteroids and everything else, or they fly the ship off the map. So when you're flying against, better pilots with this list, it's a little bit tougher. You have to fly pretty well yourself when you're flying against the better quality pilots. So Michael Carpenter, again, it was close, but, he ended up beating me, and then that knocked me off the top table. And then my fourth one, I faced, I think it was Stewart, if I remember right. He's another person that's actually a pretty good experience. I haven't faced him too much in tournament play or non-tournament play. Again, it was a pretty close match. So now that I've finally, I think in the end, I think I finished around about, 12. I think I finished about in the middle there. I think it was like 5th or 6th, whatever. I actually can't remember. I'm kind of doing this video a little bit later after the tournament's over. But now that I've kind of, had another tournament experience, so now I can, you know, I didn't win the tournament. I feel now I can make changes to the list because I've been kind of dying to make some changes to this list. So, so the first thing I want to do is Darth Maul. You know, I've been dying to do this, just to put hate on him. This is a must. Gotta put hate on him. Because I found with Darth Maul sometimes, especially because he was always like the first one attacked, I would sometimes be a little bit hesitant to use this ability, because I use this force abilities a lot for focuses, especially in my first time I won the tournament. I didn't really use this very much. I used it more in this tournament, but I found when I did use it more, it left me prone to when I roll the focuses, I just couldn't turn them up. So hate is going to help me out with that. I mean, that's yeah, I just got to do that. So to be able to afford that, I'm going to have to take my Separatist drones here and basically downgrade them to Trade Federation drones. Alright, so basically with that, I mean, I'm not really losing a lot, except for now their initiative value is 1 instead of 3. It saves me 6 points. I guess I could if I really wanted to. I could kept 2 and 3, but you know, what's the point? I'd rather keep them as a squadron, and I'm not going to lose too much with that. I mean, it actually might be a little bit better for me for bumping anyways. It's just kind of a skill I need to improve on a little bit. I gotta learn more from Michael Carpenter about that, but yeah, shout out to Michael. That's one thing about his game that's really gotten good, is he's a really good bumper. It does get me there to 3 points. So do I want some initiative? You know what, I'm kind of like always in the mindset, if your list depends on you having, you know, if you're needing an initiative bit, I kind of feel like you didn't build your list right. I mean, like, I know some people like to be able to maneuver last. It's really important for them to be able to win. But I think you got to be able to win either way. If you can't win either way, I don't think you're going to have a chance of winning a tournament. Because there's going to be at least one game where you're not going to outbid the person. You're not going to get the initiative level you want. So, and I don't want to feel like that comes down to whether you win or not, is whether you go last or not, right? So, you know what? I think it's simple things. I'm just going to do is I'm just going to add a hull upgrade. 3 points gives me 200 right there. Of course, there's going to be a price adjustment coming soon. So I don't know how this list is going to have to do with that. I might have to do a little quick. Not going to change anything in General Grievous. General Grievous is fine. And yeah, so this is what I'm going to use in my next tournament probably. I got another tournament coming up, I think this weekend. So yeah, I think this little adjustment is going to help a little bit. Hate and the hull upgrade would make Darth Maul last a little bit longer. And then Trade Federation drones, you know, from the Separatist drones. So, and that's going to be this new squadron, and we'll go from there. Like I said, I did very well last time. Like first 2 matches, I tabled my opponent, and I was like way in first. So, but then of course facing off against some more experienced people, you know, I need a little bit more. You know, I think the hate and hull upgrade might just give me enough. You know, a few extra attacks. I can change the game. Maybe a little bit better bumping, which I still have to learn a little bit. You know, be a little bit better at that. Can help me out too. But yeah, so this is the Play Property channel. So you just saw me change to my Separatist Alliance tournament winning deck, and remember to play properly.